Hey, everybody. Good evening. Welcome tonight. Thank you very much for coming out. Glad to be back at it for 2017 with a great friend and a top contributor, I would say. I'd have to. Scott Greenstone's in here with me. Hey, real quick, I'm going to show you guys a screenshot. I want to show you, this is how or what we do as top contributors. We get in here and we go into these forums right here, and this is where it is. And I'll put the link to the forums, so you can come in. I'll put it in the chat over there. But this is where we come in. This is where we go in and do our thing, like we work on Gmail, help on Hangouts and that kind of stuff. And people just like you and me do this, okay? We're not paid for by Google, but we come in and we help people out. And eventually, as you progress and do better, you can become a top contributor, which is what we've both done. And I guess without further ado, Scott, say hello to everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Thanks for having me, Michael. I'm excited to do
my
the second one.
Yeah, my absolute pleasure. And just for the folks that didn't see you the first time, why don't you go ahead and tell them what you're a top contributor, what product you're a top contributor of?
Oh, that's going to take up all our time.
That's right. I know. I did last time too, but that's okay.
I'm a TC Google top contributor in Inbox, Gmail, Calendar, Google Play, Duo, Allo, and Pixel. I think that's it.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, well, let's kick it off with the topic. We're going to talk about calendar tonight and mainly reminders. We're really talking about reminders and just
Right.
the complexity of reminders throughout all the different apps and stuff like that. But we'll start with the calendar tonight. So why don't you kick it off?
Sure. Do you want to? I'm going to share my screen.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm going to do that, and you can see my calendar.
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, great. So reminders is a very, very confusing thing in Google's ecosystem. They were all over the place and very confusing, and they've been slowly over the past year or so coming back together in kind of a cohesive manner. And the last piece that just came about maybe sometime in 2016, I want to say 6 months, maybe a little bit longer, they finally brought these reminders into Google Calendar. If you haven't used them yet and you're a person who uses tasks in Google Calendar, I never was one of those people that used tasks. I never liked Calendar's tasks. But if you use tasks, I'm going to just show you really quickly. On the left-hand side, you'll see I show reminders here. I'm going to switch over to tasks, which are over here. If you, for whatever reason, they designed this where you cannot have your tasks and your reminders shown at the same time. It's one or the other. Kind of weird, but I think my gut feeling, and I'm not doing any NDA here, is my gut feeling is they're moving more towards a reminder kind of task list. So when you take in inbox, I'm sorry.
Scott, I'll be honest with you, just using it, I never use Task either, and I think too many people just don't use it. You know,
right. It's not even on mobile.
You can't. Right, exactly.
So I think with the advent of Google Keep and the reminders there, and the reminders in Calendar, and the way that Inbox is designed, I think they're moving to that kind of ecosystem for your to-do lists. So I'll bring us back to reminders. You just click on that and switch to reminders, and then the task pane goes away, and now you have reminders. Reminders are pretty powerful. I have 3 here showing, but the only one that I actually created in Calendar is this one for 8:30. I created this earlier just to show you what a reminder looks like, and we just missed by about 30 seconds. I'm sorry, not that one. I'm looking at the wrong one, 8:30, this one. was the one I did in Calendar. And we missed the notification to tell me that I had a reminder. But this one is actually coming from Inbox, and this one is coming from Google Keep. And I'm going to show you really quickly what that means in a little bit.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
One of these is tied to a time, and the other one is not. Is that correct, or they both have times on?
Correct. This is an all-day reminder.
Okay, great. That's what I just want to make sure. So
yeah.
I want to make sure I'm seeing the right thing. So there you
You
go.
are. And I'm going to get to that. That's important a little bit later as well. But creating a reminder is as simple as clicking once in the time slot. Okay, and you'll see you have a choice for event, excuse me, or reminder. Click on reminder, and all you have to do is type in remind me or whatever, or spell it right, and you could put the date, time. Actually, I'm going to leave it as 5:30. You can make it an all day, which would put it at the top up here, like an all day event. You could also repeat it every 1 day, month, week, whatever, and you can change how often. You can, just like a repeating event, you can tell it to end after a certain amount, and you're done. I'm actually not going to do a repeat. I'm going to hit, now notice I'm doing 5:30 p.m. and keep in mind where I am in Jersey, it's almost 8:30. So I'm putting this in the past. And it put it there. Eventually, so if I don't mark this as done, sorry, I'm wrong. It's the all day reminders. Haven't mark as done. Actually, no, they all do. If I don't mark it as done, this is going to move automatically to tomorrow.
That's one thing that I really like because you can use it as a to-do list.
Exactly. So I didn't mark this. This I actually set up for yesterday, not realizing we would miss the process of it moving during today's call. I probably should have realized that. One thing to note is you cannot make a reminder, an all-day reminder in the past. Okay. If I go to create it, you see it now. On today, I have 2 reminders. The one that I did in the past, which I put for yesterday, it won't let you do a reminder in the past, which if you think about it, it makes sense. And it'll bundle these and any all-day reminders will get bundled in here and keep adding the number here, and you just click on it to see. I want to show you.
That is one thing, I do it for, I set a reminder to remind me when to take out the garbage, just so, it keeps my wife happy.
Mm-hmm. I have the same.
So I have that.
I have it for my.
So I have a reminder for my phone. It comes on my phone. I can see it when I'm on the computer. So it's really kind of nice, and that's a really cool thing. But like you said, you can't. Like I want to make it an all-day reminder because I just need to take the trash out on Thursday, but I can't do that if I'm in that week. I have to go to the next Thursday to add it.
Gotcha. I want to show you in Inbox, if you guys happen to use Inbox, all the reminders are showing now that I have in Calendar. I have 2 here. This one, the 9 p.m. one, and the 8:30 one aren't showing. So I should 2, 3, 4 in Calendar, and here's 4 now. And you'll see under reminders in Inbox, here's all of them, including the one from Google Keep, which is due to come to me at 9 o'clock. Now, the difference between the reminders in Inbox and in Keep and in Calendar, or one of the differences, Inbox and Keep, you can set the reminder to appear based on location. So if I create a reminder here, I can pick a place. So I'll say, remind me to get eggs when I'm at the supermarket, and I'll pick the supermarket. And when I'm near the supermarket, I'll get a reminder on my phone. I got to go get eggs. Those reminders, even though they're place-based, will show eggs. I'm going to pick a place. Got it. It won't let me because I don't have this account set up. Sorry. I don't have this account set up on my phone, so I can't.
So if you got to pick up light bulbs, you can say like Lowe's, Home Depot, something like that. You can say that kind of thing. Have you found that it works every single time? Because sometimes it doesn't for me.
It always works.
It does it really? Nice.
Yeah, I've never had a problem.
Okay, great. Because I send feedback in because it only seems like certain places, but thanks for that.
Yeah. So you'll see here, I have a reminder that says open in Google Keep. I created a note in here, and I wanted to be reminded about that note. And I set the reminder here, just like in Inbox or in Calendar. I pick the date, time, if it repeats or whatnot. It will show in Calendar and in Inbox, which is a nice thing, because if, let's say, I wanted to create a Google Keep to-do list, I can do that, and I could set a reminder. Let's say this was my shopping list that I actually shared with my wife, so we both can add to our shopping list. I can pick a place, and I will say, I don't know why I picked that one, but I'm going to, so I have a shopping list here, and it will, now you'll see it's right here in Inbox. And I got to refresh this. I'm pretty sure location-based reminders will show as an all-day reminder in Calendar, but I'm wrong. The location-based ones do not show in Calendar. One thing that you need to know, and this is very important, there are no notifications in Google Calendar for reminders on mobile. Don't know why. So if you are using a mobile device and you do not use Google Inbox and you do not use Google Now, you'll never be reminded of your reminders on your mobile.
Oh yeah, that is good to know.
So we have no idea why they did that. It seems kind of silly to not have a reminder about a reminder, but that's how they did it. So they all do show on the agenda widget on Calendar. But it seems to be really would only affect people not using Android. I think Google Now is available on any Android, even if they're not a Nexus or Pixel. But here's a reminder that just popped up for my test that was at 8:30. So you'll see these if Calendar is open on desktop, just like the regular Calendar notifications. As long as the calendar's open, you'll get the notification.
I like that.
So the reminders that will move over as if you don't mark them as done. I told you that. Here's something important. Let's delete this one. I'm going to delete it. I'm also going to just quickly create an event for there. All right. And I'm going to delete this event. Oops. Now, I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but you can go into your settings for the calendar. Where'd it go? Oh, and right here, trash. If you deleted an event, you can come here and restore it. But you notice what's missing. A deleted reminder. That's something that happens. People delete reminders by mistake. To undelete a reminder, you need to go to Inbox. And you're going to go to Trash. And here's the reminder. You're going to remove it from Trash by clicking the trash icon. Yeah, I know it makes no sense. We're going to go back to the calendar. And the one, what did I just restore? Remind me, it has no time to it, so it should be in the top. Whoops. I hate this view, sorry. I have to refresh to bring it back. And here it is. So it's a little unintuitive, but it works. It actually was a mistake that I discovered. The calendar team wasn't even aware of it at the time. That was possible. That in a nutshell.
What would be a reason that you undelete a reminder? Just curious.
But if you accidentally delete.
Okay, I got you.
There is some. So a lot of people want to see a list of all the reminders. There's no way to do that in Calendar. You can do that in Inbox by just going and looking at reminders. Another thing you can do, excuse me, I got to get to the right account. Sorry. You can just come here, and this. I think this will work. It might not because I have too many accounts logged in at the moment. My reminders. Yeah, it's not going to work. You know why it doesn't work? Because I don't have Google Now activated on this account. I'll show you real quick on my real account. My reminders. You can just type in my reminders. And they're all here. Oops. And you can keep seeing more. I could even do show me my reminders for tomorrow. One thing for tomorrow or for next week. Now this only works if you've activated Google Now on your mobile device with this account. So that's what I got for you. It's confusing until somebody shows it to you. I think.
That's right. Yeah, very nice. All right, let me pull up a couple things here, and I will, let's see. Sheila says, I have one reminder that's followed me for months. Gotten used to it now. It's like a friend.
A reminder that's following you and you don't want it anymore?
I think she says, I don't know if she wants it anymore or not, but I think she was just kind of being fun.
Okay.
She'd gotten used to it, and it's there. Let's see. Mark says, I love how unfinished tasks accumulate and all things that still need doing are right there. I'm sure he's talking about reminders.
Yes.
Just to keep it about reminders, but yeah. It is a good functionality.
That's one. It makes it almost mindless. You don't have to remember to bring things forward like in the old days with the day planner. You would have to spend half an hour the next morning going back and looking at what your to-dos you didn't check off were.
All right. And we have Peter here who says, I must have missed it. I need to compare Keep with Inbox and Calendar. I don't know what he means by compare, but I mean, you kind of did that, showed.
Yeah, I'll give a quick rundown. Keep is basically Google's version of Evernote, but I think it's better. Although there's a lot more you can do with Evernote. So it's a note-taking app. You can draw with it. You can do recordings with it. You can do lists, and you can set reminders to each of those, what they call notes. And those reminders will show in Calendar and Inbox. Inbox is Google's new take on email. It's a new form of a new concept of email that takes your email and makes it more of a task, makes it more task oriented. And then Calendar is Calendar.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Michael Thomas says, he said it makes no sense, while no sense is all brand new and on a constant for me here and my friends.
Yeah.
LOL. I love it. Good point, Michael. And Sheila is just confirming it's my friend. I'll never get rid of it, Scott.
All right. If you ever want to and you can't figure out how, let me know.
There you go. And share Keep.
Yes, you.
Yeah, because
big point. You can share Keep notes. And so, like, I can create a note. Let's say I wanted to create ideas for this call or this hangout tonight, and I could just share it with you for you to update or put your comments in. It's another way.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like docs. Like you could share a doc for the same thing.
One thing is I absolutely love is I have recently purchased a Google Home, and you can have a shopping list. So we can just add stuff without writing it on the side of the refrigerator. We can share it into a Google Keep that's called shopping list. And it you can only do one right now. I'm sure more will come in the future. Possibly. I don't know. You don't ever know, but.
Well, I'll get to that in a sec.
All right.
But strangely, with Google Home, you cannot create a reminder. You cannot create an event.
Nope, you can't text message. You can't make a phone call. You can't make any of that stuff like you can do on a normal Google Now. You can't do a lot of the functionality right now.
I would think you should be able to make a phone call if you have Project Fi. But who knows? So with the different lists, it's weird with the Google Assistant in Allo and Pixel and Google Home, you can only do one list. But if you use
one shared list,
one assistant list, it names it Google Assistant.
Okay.
But if you use Google Home, I'm sorry, not Google Home, Google Now, which is like on the Nexus and other Androids, that's not the Pixel, you can talk to and say, add milk to my Christmas shopping list. And it'll create a Christmas list. You could say, add socks to my clothing list. And it'll add to a clothing list. So the capability exists in Google Now to have different lists and tell it to put something in a different list.
But right, just not perfected.
Not in the Google Assistant. Yeah, I hope it does, because I think that'll be a killer feature.
Oh, yeah, nobody else doing that. That'd be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
That's it on the questions. I don't know if anybody else has anything else out there, but we can. I'll let them try and give a.
It looks like Mark and Michael are
a little insight of that. Yeah.
Trying to think if there's anything I missed with the Reminder. Oh, one thing to point out, you cannot share. So if you share your calendar with someone, reminders are not part of that. You cannot share reminders with other people.
So it's only a single person.
Correct. They're your reminders. If you wanted to create a reminder on a shared calendar, you're better off just creating an event.
Michael Thomas says, my goodness, that's mind-blowing stuff, Scott. Thanks.
Oh, pleasure.
He wanted to. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why you approached me and said, hey, why don't I talk about reminders? Because it's like, everybody gets confused on that. And I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, it took me. I actually have a post on my website about reminders. Took me probably a good week to write it, to figure out all the different nuances. It's definitely not a cohesive subject for Google.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, folks, if you have nothing else, we are going to mosey on here and listen. Thanks a lot, guys. Very helpful. Great rundown on the subject, Scott. Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much, Scott. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we should be able to. I'm sure you'll be on and do some more, because I love having you on, and you just, like I said, with all the different products that you're involved in and the forum and stuff like that. I mean, it'd be nice to have you on again, just make sure that we can go over some of that stuff. So looks like a couple people just got here.
Yeah, I'm always thinking of different ideas to do for you, so I'll come up with something.
Okay. Mitch says, how long do you think it will be before Assistant is at Google Now level?
I don't know. There was an article I just saw that I didn't get a chance to read yet about everything that Google Home is doing. Oops, my phone just went off because I said, okay, Google. Oops, I did it again. Everything that Google Home is doing at CES. So I'm thinking they got a lot of... Zoe, don't do that. Sorry. They've got a lot in the works. And I hope it'll be there soon. And the assistant on the Pixel is pretty impressive right now.
That's nice. Lon says, take care of that cold, Scott. Thanks for both of you for the fine presentation and great work you do for both supporting Google products. Absolutely.
Thank you. I hope I get rid of the cold soon. And Michael's got one too.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So, and Tom says, Scott and Michael, thank you very much. I need reminders more now than ever.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good
we need them more and more as we get older, don't we?
That's right. Yep, Scott's a keeper. He needs to visit us often and share his wisdom. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
I'm still attempting to collaborate my Google Assistant with my Android Assistant. There you go. All right, we finally got a question here. Let's pop us up to, I believe this is, who is this? Dan. Can you send reminders to an event to people who I created an event with, but they don't have a Gmail account? By this, I mean, if they made a reservation with me and I included their email address in the event, can Google Calendar app send them a reminder?
Okay, so this is a little confusing. If you create an event in Calendar and put their email address in there, and they don't use Google Calendar, but they use something else, it should go into that calendar. Like if they're using Outlook or I don't even know what else there is.
Probably an online one though, right? I mean, it's probably like Yahoo
Yeah,
or something like
it
that.
should. It's a regular ICS event, essentially. It just doesn't look like that from when you're Google to Google or
Right.
Gmail to Gmail users. So, whatever you set as the reminder notification, it will show, and on their end, as long as their program uses notifications. Now, that being said, if we're talking about a shared calendar, and you put events on your shared calendar that someone else has access to, those reminder settings, so you set an event and you want to be notified 15 minutes before it starts, that setting is only for you. It's not for anyone else that's in the calendar. They have to set their own notification settings.
Gotcha.
And yes, I think AOL will work there.
All right. Well, Scott, listen, thank you so much. Thanks for coming out.
Pleasure.
We're going to call it an early night tonight because, like you said, both of us have a cold here. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Those that did come. Anybody who's watching the replay, feel free to leave a comment. What I'll do is, if you leave a comment and a question, I will get that. I get an email reminder of that, and I can send that to Scott. So I will forward that to him, and he will contact you on however you signed in, because he'll be able to click on your little logo and go into if you're in Facebook or Google Plus or however you're in, he can go in and answer your questions that way. So thank you again, Scott, and I'm sure we will see you again.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.